Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and great day to everyone, especially to our main advisor, Dr. Sharifah Rahama binti Amirul, for this research. Okay, this research is about driven factor for Malaysian aviation industry on qualitative labor productivity measurement, or QLPM. To execute this research, we only have two researchers. For me, Muhammad Nur Syam bin Muhammad as researcher 1 and Nur Syahida binti Bangok as researcher 2 to execute all about this research. On this presentation, we will present about four content. First content about the research question or RQ, our research framework on it, and followed by research result for content 2 and our research discussion, and last content 4 for research imitation and our recommendation and conclusion for this finding research. To make this research project for the driven factor of Malaysian aviation industry on the qualitative labor productivity measurement QLPM, we using three research question or RQ. First RQ is how employee productivity in Malaysian aviation industry were driven, followed by second research question RQ. Second RQ, why the organization show more concern on how to increase their employee productivity, and third last, how employee unproductiveness will negatively be slowing the organization performance, which drive the industry slow growth. So this is our research question and we execute. So this is our research question we need to figure out in this research project. Okay, after we list down our research question, that three previously, we start make it's the framework to run out this research. We divided by three phases. Phase 1, we collect the data and analyze what the profile we have. After we done on phase 1, we move to the phase 2. We make the chemical analysis on our finding from the phase 1, and we make familiarization it, and we transcribe the data we get from the phase 1. After that, we make the rank order for twice. First rank order on the chemical analysis, we coding it, and second we run the second rank order also for the chemical analysis to make the themes for the qualitative research. After we done on the phase 2, we move to the phase 3. We start generating themes, and we have the trustworthiness study to ensure that our research was very quality and unquestionable. And lastly, we make discussion, recommendation, and conclusion for that. Also, we will state our limitation on it before we end with the discussion, recommendation, and conclusion. Okay, next our research result. The following table 1 about the demographic profile of our respondents. Our respondent consists of 357 participants, and when we close the Google form for information, we utilize the Google form technology to run our survey previously. Summarize the demographic profile of the respondents for our research. We can say that the imbalance of response from both male and females in this industry. This demonstrates that more men are pursuing a career in Malaysian aviation industry than female. These findings are representative of the sample of working employees around Malaysia airports or Malaysia Airports Holding Berhad, one of the Malaysian GLC government linked company around the nation, excluding the Senai Airport due to the absence of networking. We as a researcher, we don't have networking to all contact person from the airports. This is our research result. We have three. This, as you can see on the screen, is thematic analysis result 1 for the research question 1 or RQ1. Since we have the three research question, RQ1, RQ2, and RQ3, so we come with the three thematic analysis. For this one is thematic result for RQ1. For the first step to make the thematic analysis, we make the rank order. We coding first rank, and then we coding again to finalize the second rank order. As you can see on the top, what is the green one, the ball green one is the data we coding in first order. Afterward, we make the second rank order to make the codes or themes. From the first rank order, we coding it from the data available from our research finding. We got the second rank order. As you can see, it's about the talent management and personal quality management for the thematic result RK1. The generated team talent management derived from the codes performs, creative solution, organize, provide help, continuous monitor, adapt to any change, and was decision was suggesting as a comprehensive approach to managing and nurturing the talent with the organization. The team's talent management practice reflects a strategy and comprehensive approach to handling the entire life cycle of the employee within the organization, especially for this our research focusing on the aviation industry. This includes managing current personnel, providing effective supervision, making strategic hiring decisions, and implementing measures to retain valuable talent. In summary, for RQ1, we suggest that the organization is actively engaged in talent management practice to optimize the performance, development, and retention of its workforce by focusing on managing people effectiveness, providing supervision, making informed hiring decisions, and prioritizing retention strategies. The organization aims to build and maintain a skilled and motivated workforce that contribute to overall success of the organization and also the industry, aviation industry as a whole. And then personal quality management. The personal quality management, or equivalent to self-management, is an effort of an employee should fully accountable for an action for their self-well-being. Employer also should encourage their employee for personal quality management by identifying any improper code of conduct in their self-management into and customized course which focusing in shaping the personal quality management each of their employee in personal quality management. As the response for the research question 1, we have two, talent management and personal quality management.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syahida binti Bangun. Then I will continue the presentation for the research result, thematic analysis result 2, which is the first rank. And the second rank is internal training and customer centricity result into the RQ2. For the internal training, the theme for internal training derived from quotes of satisfied, happy working, feel content, helpful, compliment, organization, values, proper training, sense of belonging, stay loyal, supportive colleagues, manage to persuade in proper way. Employer shall set the minimum hours as mandatory needs for employee in some period like monthly training, quarterly training, and so on. The internal training should focus on employee learning and knowledge sharing session to provide strategic directive of mission and vision, which solid core value or an organization were assimilating within employee practice in daily basis as trained in the internal training. In summary, it is enabling positive culture in organization as assessment and evaluation, the employee competencies and performance in the right track as aspiration of the organization. The concurrent internal training was the indirect reminder to employee as supportive to the organization's expectations on how the organizations wanted their employees look like and presume expectation as the results of the internal training on how the employee to account on their performance in day-to-day working environment as a working culture.
Based on research section 3, how employee unproductiveness will negatively be slowing the organization performance. which drive to industry slow growth. We start the problem for RQ3 as the airport operator and aircraft operator shall differentiate their core value to specify their employee productivity to meet their own organization benefit or objective. RQ3 is different from RQ1 and RQ2. We as the researcher designed the RQ3 to contradict the problem statement for productivity matters on the RQ1 and RQ2. On the RQ3, we dedicate that unproductive matters in the Malaysian aviation industry aspect and what we call impact study to the industry by the routine cost of employee itself. Based on the finding, our research, the QLPM, our survey, we figured that any unproductive employee immediately removed from the industry, which result the research show us that employees significantly score about 99% majority and above on the dedication to the organization that they were employed. Already and sense of belonging of the organization, stay loyal with the organization, emotionally attached with the organization, defense the organization against outside attack, and close working relation with the colleague organization were solid proof that employees in Malaysian aviation industry were highly esteemed on their commitment to stay with the organization where they have been worked. Then it was proving only less than 1% unproductive employees stayed in the Malaysian aviation industry. Then we move to the discussion, or we move to the phase 3. Okay, previously we have the phase 1 and phase 2 we have done. Then to move the part phase 3, we need the concrete data on the generated team and the trustworthiness of the study. Without that two, we cannot move to the phase 3. So let's start our discussion. This one, as I said previously, we have the thematic result for research question 1 or RQ1, RQ2 and RQ3. All of the RQ1 we have 2, for RQ2 we have 2 teams, and only RQ3 we have the 1 teams from the coding, and we make the thematical analysis on it. It was about the driven factor for Malaysian aviation industry in qualitative labor productivity measurement. Okay, let's talk about the limitation of our study. The first limitation of study is fund. Since we run this research using our own fund, our money in pocket, then we have no choice to run the data collection besides depend on using the internet. We get, Alhamdulillah, we get 357 respondents or participation, and for their blessed that giving the data. Without that, we were near impossible to get such hundreds of response for our data collection to be in use in this research study. Okay, another limitation is into attempts completing study, access on the sample, and to get at least 5% sample is unsuccessful. Based on Malaysia Airports Holding Berhad research, there were around 8,000 to 9,000 of their employees. Only MHB employee 8 to 9,000 on Malaysia that they have employed in the company, while we just get 357 response or equivalent 3.9 to 4.4% something from the total employee, only compared to MAHB, Malaysia Airport Holding Berhad, not calculated for the whole industry, which may up to 30 to 50,000 on 2019 based on the Malaysian Aviation Commission (MEFCOM) publication on their website on year 2019. Therefore, the percentage of our response from the employee in the Malaysian aviation industry significantly low, less than 5%, which did not meet and that 5% contribution in this research. So that's the limitation only for this. Next, we move to the recommendation and for future study. Whoever pupil or expert that doing future research about this QLPM regarding to the Malaysian aviation industry, they should be made to ensure that the research finding may publish as reference to the stakeholders or stockholders to make the recognition to drive the Malaysian aviation industry as leader in the market around the globe. The value of the findings will lead any organization or entity to dominate the industry offensively or to defend the industry against available threats in the globe or the industry from the inside or from the outside, especially the threats from the outside Malaysia. We as the researcher also encourage any sponsorship of fund were made available before the future research executed, and dedicated researcher shall be appointed from any expatriate or taken from the subject matter expert SME from the industry by pairing it with the researcher from the higher education, such as Dr. Sharifah Rahama binti Amirul, our guidance or our advisory for this research. This is to ensure that the research have the way to be stipulated for the publication. After that, the research publication then should be benefit to the nation, especially we or Malaysian, openly as comprehensive data sharing directly to Malaysian aviation industry and indirectly to support Malaysia economic growth or support our GDP. This is the last page. It's about the conclusion of our overall research. We can conclude that our research can conclude that the driven factor for employee productivity in the Malaysian aviation industry shall be crystal clear benefit gained by the employer or by the organization. This is focusedly or objectively to proactive develop and implement collateral performance in line with the finding of this research. We can see that organizations are becoming more concerned on how to increase the productivity or employee. It was revealed that the productivity of the employee is associated with organization performance. The higher employee productivity, the better will be the organization performance. Therefore, Malaysian aviation industry growth depends on the productivity of their employees in the industry. More productive of the employee will lead the more growth in the Malaysian aviation industry. Okay, that's all from us as the conclusion. This is our very last slide on our presentation today. Is about our research on driven factor for Malaysian aviation industry on qualitative labor productivity measurement QLPM. So here we are. I am Muhammad Nur Syam, researcher 1, and this is my contact number and email. And beside me is Nur Syaida binti Bangor, her email and her number phone. So if you have any question about this presentation or any question mark or anything you want to ask me or our team with Madam Syaida, don't hesitate to contact or email us. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you very much for your time watching this presentation. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you. Have a great day. Bye.